What up, y'all? It's your boy Dawson from D&D TV. Thanks for clicking on the video. Thanks for rating, commenting, and subscribing, all that good stuff. Let's get into this story right here. Now, I know y'all looking at this crazy man right here. This is 35-year-old Joseph Thurman-Q, who was arrested down here in South Florida, actually over in Miami, for exposing himself to a 9-year-old girl who was their neighbor. Now, Joseph's fiance, this lady right here, Alice Akins, stated that Joseph is a good person. She thinks that Joseph got a hold of some bad drugs. She never would have expected anything like this from Joseph, and she hopes that he would fight these charges. And I only have one thing to say to Alice, and that is, you've only been with him for 4 years. That means y'all got together around about in 2014. In 2010, Joseph was arrested on similar charges and had to register as a sex offender. So if she had done her research like I tell all men and women to do before you get into these relationships, you would know, and I'm sure she knew, that this man was registered as a sexual offender. I'm gonna let y'all watch this video and I'm coming back with my commentary on this.
In one South Florida neighborhood, a registered sex offender is charged with a new crime, exposing himself to a young girl. CBS 4's Peter Dench spoke to that girl's mother, and he is live in Miami. Peter.
Well, Ruta Bay, the victim's mother told me she cannot believe this happened. Either can the suspect's fiance. Now, he lives here in this apartment building in Northwest 14th Avenue and 60th Street. He's accused of victimizing a neighbor while her mother was away. We spoke with that mother late this afternoon.
I'm very upset. I'm angry. I'm mad.
This mother says she is trying to cope with a terrible crime. Her neighbor, 35-year-old Joseph Thurman-Q, is charged with exposing himself to her 9-year-old daughter on Saturday. Police say Thurman-Q is a registered sex offender. We asked the mother if she knew that, and she did not. Meanwhile, Alice Akins says she is surprised by the latest charges against Thurman-Q, who is her fiancé.
4 years Joseph and I have been together. Joseph is a good person. This situation that happened over the weekend, I'm assuming that's why you're here, that was totally out of character for Joseph. Joseph was down that street with those people using drugs, and he got a hold to some bad drugs. That's what happened.
This is not like him.
No, hell no.
A police report says the child's mother left her daughter briefly at her apartment, and when she returned, she found her outside jumping up and down, crying. Police say she told her mother that Thurman-Q had entered the apartment on his own, pulled down his pants, and exposed himself. She ran outside. In bond court, a Miami officer testified about what the child told her.
She goes, I saw his pee-pee.
The girl reportedly said that Thurman-Q promised to give her money if she did not say anything.
Right now, I don't know if it did or if it didn't.
Records show Thurman-Q is a registered sex offender after he was convicted in May 2010 of lewd and lascivious molestation on a child between 12 and 15 years old. Now he's charged with burglary with assault or battery and lewd and lascivious assault on a child. Despite the allegations, Akins says she supports her fiancé.
Do you think you should fight the charges?
Yes, I do.
Now, police say Thurman-Q also left the scene in a black Ford Explorer and was involved in a hit-and-run accident. Right now, he's being held on $275,000 bond. If he's able to get out of jail, he'll have to wear a GPS monitor. Will not be able to have any contact whatsoever with the victim. We're live in Miami. Peter Dench, CBS 4 News.
All right, y'all, let's go in. Now, first of all, to the mother of this little girl, parents, you got to be real careful when you leaving these kids at home. And I know, all of us, we were young, and, parents used to say, don't let nobody in, just keep the door locked, don't answer the phone. If anybody come, don't say anything. But nowadays, people know your routine. Like, this man knew that this was not the first time that this neighbor left her 9-year-old daughter at home. That's why he broke in the home and proceeded to do what he was doing, because he knew that that 9-year-old girl was going to be there. So for the mother, she is lucky if they have not already called DCF or DCF is involved, because she left that child there. She said she was only gone for a few minutes, or she had just went up the road for something, but that was a pattern that this neighbor right here knew, because this little girl was in the house and he broke in the house and proceeded to try to attack her. So parents, really be careful when you're leaving kids at home. I know, people say don't open the door, don't answer the phone. And when I call, just, you got to be careful when you're leaving these kids at home. Now, let me get on this lady right here, the fiance Alice, because Alice is the reason why I wanted to do these stories. Having worked with DCF, as I stated before, I worked with Department of Children and Family for about 3 years, almost 2.5, 3 years, I think it was. And I have talked to so many aunts and grandmothers and women who were just like Alice when it came to abuse charges, or their boyfriends or fiancés or husbands being, charged with child abuse, or, messing with the kid or something like that. A lot of them get in this state of disbelief, or just doing anything to take up for that man, or just to have that man around. And when I saw that, it just made me so upset, because I'm like, these women still don't get it. You're going to harbor a sex offender that you've known for 4 years, and you cannot tell me, the news people, or anyone else that you did not know this man was a sex offender. Okay, he had to register as a sex offender in 2010. You met him in 2014. He also got arrested in 2015 while he was with you, Alice. He got arrested in 2015 because he failed to register his new address when he as a sex offender. You have to register. So if you didn't know it then, you had to know it in 2015. But some women, a lot of women do this. They do anything to keep a man there. How low can you stoop to keep a sex offender in your life? A man who was charged for a crime in 2010 that you had to know about in 2015 when he got arrested, and he had to use an address. And obviously, the neighbor is saying she didn't know he was a sex offender. That's why a lot of us, we got to go on that website and look up to see who's staying around us in our neighborhood. You would be surprised who is staying in your community that has to register as a sex offender. And if they don't, they get arrested. And that's why he got arrested in 2015. So for her to sit here and say, I believe he should fight these allegations if he did do it, but he's a good man, he's this is out of character for him. How is it out of character for him, Alice, when he got convicted of the same crime in 2010? How is that out of character for him? And how is he such a good person if he's going down the street getting drugs? I'm sure that wasn't his first time going to get drugs. Some people will take up for people just to have somebody. But like I tell y'all all the time, if you ain't got nobody but yourself, that's enough. You don't have to stoop low for no man, for no woman, just to have somebody with you, just to have some vagina there or some penis there. And they are scums of the earth, literally. And they're dragging you down and making you look bad on national TV. You standing against a car halfway out of breath, and everybody in the community looking at you like, damn, you really this hard up for this dude? Obviously, he don't want you. He want children. This story is sick, it's disgusting, but let it be an eye-opener for all of us. As I always state, don't trust nobody with your kids. I don't care who it is. Mama, the pastor, the church, youth leaders, social workers, hell, don't trust nobody with your kids, because we got some messed up social workers too. The kids are here for us to raise them. The kids are here for us to look out for them. And I had this conversation with one of my colleagues and with some other people. And I was telling them, it's just too much going around with these teachers who are sleeping with students, and these people, they're looking at these girls and boys who are 15, 16, 17. If the law says that they have they have to be 18 for them to do anything, that's what it is. You can't mess with those kids. And some of the people were trying to tell me, well, these girls, they look like grown women now, and these men look like this. And I said, I don't care. I really don't care. As an adult, it's your responsibility. And somebody even hit it on the comments on the last video I did. Well, some of these kids, they act grown and they get on these adult websites and they get on these adult apps. It's still your responsibility to find out if they really are the age they are. Before you do anything, you better have them bring ID. Because if you get caught up, the police, the judge, they're going to look at you like Judge Mindy Glazer right here was looking at him like he was crazy. Y'all saw how Judge Glazer was looking at him. She was a DCF judge for a couple of years before she moved up in ranks with this. And she's a sweet lady, but now she's bad now. She's looking at these scums like, man. But it's up to you as an adult. I don't care how the kids look. Like I stated, I don't care who they look like. It's still up to you to know as an adult what to do. There's no excuse, man. And for this guy right here, I just hope they throw the book at him. Now, Judge Glazer did put him, he has a bond of $275,000. And if he's able to post, he can get out, but he has to wear a GPS monitor. Now, you know this man is not going to put up the bond. He has to stay in there. But it is just so sad that we still have women and men, but especially I got to say some of these women who'll do anything for a man. Alice, that was despicable for you to be on national TV knowing that you are with a sex offender and to stand there and to defend this man, knowing that he was arrested and has to register as a sex offender for doing the same thing that he did in 2010 that this little girl accused him of. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this. That's all I got to say on this topic. Protect y'allself. Look out for the kids. Watch out who y'all date. Please do some background checks on these people. I don't care how good they look. I don't care what kind of job they have, what kind of degree they have. I don't care. It's your life. It's your kid's life. Y'all take care of yourself. Peace.